I am Chandrasekhar, PhD Science, working in Jhabahar Navodaya Vidyalaya, Jeev, Haryana, under Navodaya Vidyalaya Samiti, Regional Office, Jodhpur. Friends, today we will discuss about respiration in organism, chapter 10 of class 7 science. Friends, I have a question for you. That is a basic question. Why do we respire? Actually, we require energy to perform different functions. All organisms made by microscopic structure called cells. A cell is the smallest structural functional unit of an organism. Each cell of an organism performs certain functions such as nutrition, transportation, excretion, reproduction and respiration. To perform all these functions in the cells need energy. All living organisms respire to get energy from food. When we breathe in air which contain oxygen, when we breathe out carbon dioxide, the air we breathe in is transported to all parts of our body and ultimate to each cell. In the cell, the respiration takes place, that is called cellular respiration. Or in other words, in a cell, oxygen helps in breaking down of food, that is glucose. The process of breaking down of food in the cell is called cellular respiration. In the cell, glucose is the stored food. With the help of oxygen, this glucose is broken down into carbon dioxide and water with the releasing of energy. This is the energy which is consumed in various activity or life processes. See, there are two types of respiration. When the breaking down of glucose happens with the help of oxygen, it is called aerobic respiration. Or when the respiration takes place in absence of oxygen or insufficient amount of oxygen, is called anaerobic respiration. Friends, food can be broken down in the absence of oxygen, which is known as aerobic respiration. This type of respiration occurs in prokaryotic like bacteria and some unicellular organism like yeast. Here we can understand the differences between the aerobic and anaerobic respirations. As you know, aerobic respiration takes place in the presence of oxygen, anaerobic respiration takes place in absence of oxygen, and second is in aerobic respiration, after complete oxidation of glucose takes place, carbon dioxide, water and energy will be produced, and in the anaerobic respiration, after breaking down the glucose molecule, carbon dioxide, lactic acid or alcohol will be produced. And another difference is in aerobic respiration will be produced, while anaerobic respiration relatively small energy will be liberated. Friends, one more question we have. Why do muscle cramps arise after heavy exercise? Heavy exercise like cycling, weightlifting, running, etc. The answer of this question is the demand of energy is so high during these heavy exercises, but the supply of oxygen is limited. That is why the result into the production of lactic acid. Due to accumulation of lactic acid in the muscle cells, muscle cramps happens. Simple.
Go.
Friends, we try to know that how do we breathe? How do we breathe? We get oxygen by breathing in air and remove carbon dioxide from the body by breathing out. Breathing can be defined as a process in which organisms take in oxygen-rich air present in the surroundings and release out air that contains high amount of carbon dioxide in it. So in the process of breathing, we take oxygen present in the air through our nostrils, which is called inhalation, and giving out air rich in carbon dioxide gas called exhalation. It is the continuous process that goes on throughout the life. The respiratory system moves the air. The respiratory system. Okay, Oscar.
Go.
Friends, we can measure our breathing rate. What is breathing rate? Breathing rate can be defined as the number of times a person breathes in a breath. It means we can say one inhalation and one exhalation combines to form a breathing. So breathing rate is the number of breathing in 1 minute. Some data we have. Come, we will try to understand the respiratory system of human beings. Here we have a picture of respiratory system. The respiratory system moves the air through the nose, pharynx, larynx, trachea and bronchi to the alveoli, where the gas exchange between oxygen and carbon dioxide occurs. Bronchi to the alveoli, where the gas exchange. Come, we will try to understand the respiratory.
Go.
The respiratory system moves the air through the nose, pharynx, larynx, trachea and bronchi to the alveoli, where the gas exchange between oxygen and carbon dioxide occurs. Respiratory system moves the air through the nose, pharynx, larynx, trachea and bronchi to the alveoli, where the gas exchange between oxygen and carbon dioxide occurs. Nares are the openings to the nose through which the air passes to the nasal cavity. The air then continues to move into the pharynx or throat, the common passage way for food and air. The air then moves on the larynx. The trachea connects the larynx to the bronchial tree. Cartilage rings of the trachea protect it from collapsing. Lungs are spongy tissues with the alveoli and the blood capillaries. Breathing occurs because of the expansion and contraction of the lungs. The diaphragm is a thin and dome-shaped layer of muscles and tendons that separate abdominal cavity and chest cavity. Bronchi carrying the air divide into smaller branches called bronchioles. At the end of each bronchioles, alveolar sacs which are surrounded by blood capillaries where gas exchange takes place. Oxygenated air passes through nose and reaches the alveoli by the process of diffusion. Oxygen in the air moves the alveoli to the capillaries. Carbon dioxide moves from capillaries into the alveoli and is exhaled, bringing the process of respiration to an end. Here you can see the process of breathing. In this process, movement of oxygen and carbon dioxide in or out of the respiratory system. So first of all, oxygen-rich air from environment or our surroundings enter in our nasal cavity, then pharynx, then trachea, then bronchi, then bronchioles, then alveoli. After that, oxygen and carbon dioxide exchange at alveoli or blood capillaries. Then in return bronchioles, bronchi, trachea, pharynx, nasal cavity, and finally carbon dioxide rich air to the environment. So this is the passage of movement of oxygen and carbon dioxide in the whole our respiratory system. I have a question. How do other animals such as insects, fishes and earthworms respire? So first of all, we will know about the respiration in fishes, means underwater animals. So you can see here, that is the breathing underwater. So the animals which live underwater have special respiratory organs or respiratory systems called gills. So all of you know that fish is a very common animal which live underwater. Unlike animals living on land, fishes breathe or get oxygen from water with the help of gills to get oxygen. Fish first gulp water into the mouth and the pump head over the gills. Gills allows the exchange of gases between animal and the water easily. Now, next is respiration in insects. Unlike the human, cockroach and other insects have a different respiratory system. A cockroach have small openings on their body called spiracles. Insects have a network of tubes externally called tracheal system for gas exchange, means the exchange of carbon dioxide and oxygen. Now we will know about the respiratory system in earthworm. Earthworms are one of the few organisms that breathe through their skin. The skin of an earthworm is externally moist and slimy. So with the help of this moist skin, an earthworm can perform the process of respiration through the process of diffusion. Now we will know about the respiration system in plants. Plants also respire, you know. They take in carbon dioxide present in the atmosphere and they use it in the photosynthesis. They release out oxygen in the environment all the parts of plants can independently respire. That is, they can take in the carbon dioxide and breathe oxygen on there. The leaves of plant have stomata. They allow gases for exchange. And the woody stem of tree or plant also respire with the help of lenticles. And finally, the root of plants have root hairs, hence they can absorb the air present in the soil by the process of diffusion. Okay, thank you.